All right, let's move on to the NFC Championship game now. I will obviously have to be my 49ers.
Of course. Yeah. Of course.
As a lifelong fan, it would only be,
of course.
It'd only be right.
And it's actually apropos that I'll get to play Aaron Rodgers, former Cal Bear.
True. By the way, we talked a lot about Rodgers last week, not playing at the height of his powers,
right?
Everything like that.
He looked amazing.
Vintage Rodgers last week. I know the stats were under 60% completion rate,
whatever.
240. Who cares, man? He was awesome.
He was awesome. Game. On the season, he's been good.
He just hasn't been as good lately, and Mosley, I think, has been such a better player.
Yes.
When he's been out there, he's been. And when they put him in there, it kind of ended the sort of slump on defense they were in over there. Trevor Lewis says, not sure what's more trash, Harmon's Madden skills or his fandom. I think it's proven at this point how valuable my fandom is. 49ers are a, very uninspiring operation, picking second overall in the draft. They get me as a fan. Now look where they are. Losing in Madden. He also, another superstar like Tyreek Hill, hasn't quite had his big playoff moment yet.
Are you kidding me? What? Oh my goodness. Come on.
Let's just say this though.
Okay.
This is why this team is so good, San Francisco, because they're so deep
at running back.
Well, it's a theme throughout the entire roster, I think.
Okay.
But especially in the backfield, Breida was just playing a bit part last week, and he's really good.
Yeah.
Mostert is explosive. Coleman can, like I said, if he's fresh, he comes out of nowhere. He's awesome. Isn't this also just another? Matt LaFleur to me is just another great example of we don't know anything when it comes to head coaching hires, and people's perception of he was coordinating a really bad offense in Tennessee. How can he be a good head coaching candidate? He has a team at 13-3. They're in the NFC Championship game. We don't know anything when it comes to head coaching hires.
There's some of that, and again, when you're relying on Marcus Mariota to that degree, I think that's.
Oh, this whole championship weekend is just one big indictment on Mariota. The whole thing.
Right.
The whole thing is just anti-Mariota propaganda. Now
Aaron Jones, number 2.
I'm going to have to take a run first team down the field in 22 seconds. Can he do it, folks? For all of my lifelong 49ers fandom, this is not my type of team in Madden.
No.
No, I want a real play.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones.
Ooh, a little toss play.
And he will get into the end zone again. And he
love it.
Here's Jones.
I was I knew I'm going to get juked out of my face. Oh, God.
17 yards out.
All right.
Okay, 3rd rushing touchdown. Aaron Jones.
That's realistic.
That's very realistic.
He gets touchdown in bunches like Costco.
Good Lord. What was he tied for the league lead in total touchdowns this year?
Him and McCaffrey.
Everyone's from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Kendrick Bourne, yes.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Oh no. Don't feel good about this though. Still got a long way to go here, people. But not a lot of time to do it.
You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that
Oh my God.
51 with the Patriots
That was huge.
point conversions.
Oh God, that was huge.
Shit.
Pass is gonna want 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Part, I think, from our experience together, we have learned.
You know what I'm gonna do?
I have not won a playoff game during our little preview here with my 49ers. Not one single time.
It's really not built for you.
No,
you
it's
know?
not. It's not.
For your Madden style,
No, which is just
First down run got
ultra chaos.
which is funny.
They'll try and run for it with
Last play. Oh,
No. None of that.
maybe by about a yard.
Well, there you go. All right, so who you got?
I've got the 49ers.
Yeah, tough to go against them.
Yeah, got the 49ers, and I will say the way we started off this game with a turnover on 4th down, you can't have that.
No.
The deep pick late in the second quarter, those are things that I think the 49ers will generally avoid. I will say, though, one thing that, like I was talking about earlier, that matchup between those tackles and Zadarius Smith, like you came out and got that sack right away, put the 49ers kind of off their game plan. The
100%.
way they don't want to call, offense from third time. But that's the thing with Jimmy G, though. He hasn't been, like, statistically a monster in this playoff game, and he did have the one pick, which I thought was more of a great play by Eric Kendricks.
Yeah.
But there were several, like, high degree of difficulty.
Agreed.
3rd and long, 2nd and long
100%
type plays.
agree.
Like, he was just threading the needle, making it work. Like,
And it keeps the offense on the field.
on schedule.
On schedule.
Yep.
And, if you really think about the way these two teams are built, too, part of the reason why Green Bay got absolutely shelled the last time these two teams faced off is because San Francisco obviously loves to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay struggles
To stop the run.
Yeah. And if Green Bay's defense is good anywhere, it's with the Smith brothers attacking the quarterback and getting pressure and allowing those secondary players like Darnell Savage, Adrian Amos, who they acquired in free agency, to basically go after the ball.
Yeah.
And if San Francisco's not allowing for that, you've neutralized one of the strengths of Green Bay. So, and I think that's why we saw such a big-time blowout in prime time the last time these two teams faced off.
San Francisco is not going to just run a drop-back pass game. They're going to boot out. They're going to get that pocket moving to give Jimmy a couple extra seconds to diagnose where Sanders or Samuel or Kittle are on the field. I don't think there's going to be a lot of situations where you just, 3-step, 5-step drop, and these two guys can come after him quickly.
And, Kittle had a huge game, too.
Yeah.
10 receptions, over 150 yards receiving.
And he didn't have that huge game last week either. It was more about Sanders and Samuel.
That's exactly right. Yeah. And I can see in this situation where, look, and I love Blake Martinez, but
not a coverage guy.
No, not a coverage guy. And George Kittle is a special player in this league, and you need a special coverage guy against George Kittle. So it's tough to pick against San Francisco in this matchup. I don't see a path. I don't see a real clear path for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to beat San Francisco.
Especially because I still think, and I said it last week, and I still think it's true, they don't have enough ancillary players on that roster. Adams is great, superstar. Jones is great, superstar. Like, that's enough to beat a team, a highly flawed team like the Seahawks. I don't think that is going to be enough. You're not getting Jimmy Graham beaten up on the 49ers defense. It's not going to happen.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, are they adaptable enough to keep Adams exclusively on the left side of the field?
Oh, I think they'll move him into the slot. They'll move him
because
away from
because that's the thing with this defense, they don't really move, right?
No.
Sherman's on one side, exactly, right? So can you avoid Sherman by throwing exclusively to the left side?
Yeah.
And get creative enough where you can actually get Devontae Adams in some kind of space against Witherspoon or Emmanuel Mosley and have those one-on-one matchups.
I think
I'd be very interested to see it if they're able to do that.
I think they did a little bit of it last week. Like, just like you said earlier, went after Seattle where they are the weakest, which is some of those slot players, everything like that. The middle of the field has been the area that they've struggled to cover. I think they got a lot of really good looks for Adams there. I think they will do it again.
Bottom line is Aaron Rodgers needs to play on an almost perfect game.
Yep.
And I don't know if he can do it.
Yeah, at this point, no, I don't see it.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right, so that's why we both got San Francisco. He's got the Titans. I have got the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Either way, I think we're lining up for a great Super Bowl. Like, no matter what the matchup is, it's going to be a really good.
It's going to be awesome.
A lot of great talking points and everything like that. There's a lot to break down, and that is why we love the NFL, and that is why we love you all. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you next week.
We will be doing the Super Bowl preview Tuesday, same time, same place. See you then.